Hello and welcome to An Image is Worth 1,000 Words. My name is Rob, and don't forget to check out the rest of my blog posts on my website at robhextall.com. Okay, there's a chippy here. Well, a shop that sells chips. Doesn't sell fish and chips. Okay, great. Closed. Oh, that's kind of going to ruin my video, which is about fish and chips. Oh well, never mind. Let's go and have a coffee. Hello! This week's pictures were taken at the Quayside restaurant in Whitby in the northeast of England. Whitby is a beautiful coastal town that is famous for two reasons. Firstly, in Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, this is where the world's most famous vampire first landed in Britain. And secondly, Whitby is famous all over Britain for its fabulous fish and chips. But why is this simple combination of two basic foods so popular in Britain? Let's find out more. So here is this week's question. Why are fish and chips so important in Britain? Before you start, check that you understand this vocabulary. Pause the video to make sure that you understand everything.
Fish and chips is one of the most famous and beloved dishes in the UK and Ireland. For many people, eating fish and chips is not just about food, it is a tradition that has been passed down through generations. But where did this dish come from, and why is it so important in British and Irish culture? The history of fish and chips goes back to the 19th century, when two different food traditions came together. Fried fish was introduced to Britain by Jewish immigrants from Portugal and Spain in the 16th century. These immigrants prepared fish in a special way, coating it in flour and frying it in oil. Meanwhile, potatoes had become a popular food in Europe after being brought from the Americas in the 16th century. By the 19th century, fried potatoes, or chips, were a common street food in Britain. The Oxford English Dictionary notes that the earliest recorded usage in this context was in Charles Dickens' 1859 novel, A Tale of Two Cities. Husky chips of potato, fried with some reluctant drops of oil. It is believed that the first fish and chip shop, or chippy, was opened in London in the 1860s by a man named Joseph Mallon, a Jewish immigrant. Around the same time, John Lees, a businessman from Mossley, Lancashire, started selling fish and chips from a wooden hut near a market. In Ireland, the Italian immigrant Giuseppe Scervi began selling the dish outside Dublin pubs from a handcart in the 1880s. Several factors helped the dish grow in popularity. Advances in fishing techniques, particularly in trawl fishing in the North Sea, meant that fresh fish could be caught in large quantities. At the same time, the expansion of the railway system made it possible to transport fish quickly from coastal towns to industrial cities. This ensured that fish and chips remained affordable and accessible to the working classes. During the two world wars, fish and chips became even more important. Unlike many other foods, fish and potatoes were not heavily rationed, so people could still enjoy them. Fish and chips gave comfort to millions during difficult times, and the dish became a symbol of British resilience. For many people in the UK and Ireland, going to the local chippy is part of everyday life. Traditional fish and chip shops are small takeaways where customers can buy freshly fried fish and chips wrapped in paper. In the past, the food was often served in old newspapers, but today it is wrapped in plain paper or cardboard for hygiene reasons. Although fish and chips is the main dish, many chippies offer other classic foods. Common options include battered sausages, pies, pasties, and even haggis in Scotland. Shops may also sell mushy peas, pickled onions, and different types of gravy or curry sauce. In coastal areas, you might also find scampi, deep-fried prawns, or other seafood. Despite the rise of fast food chains, fish and chip shops remain an important part of British and Irish culture. Many families still enjoy a trip to the local chippy on a Friday night or when at the seaside. The simple pleasure of crispy fish, golden chips, and a warm, friendly atmosphere keeps the tradition alive.
Let's chat about the picture and those ideas. Number 1, describe the picture in as much detail as possible. Have you ever eaten fish and chips? Number 2, do you like chips with your food? If so, what with? If not, why not, and what do you prefer? Number 3, what types of fast food shops and takeaways are there where you live, and which do you prefer? Number 4, do you think food from takeaways is healthy? Do we eat too much of it? Is home-cooked food better? Number 5, how do traditional foods influence national identity? Think of examples from other countries. And here's a quick activity for you. Describe the most iconic local food from your area. How is it made? Write a recipe for someone to follow. Thank you for watching. I hope this was useful. Have a great day, a great week, and an absolutely fabulous weekend. See ya.